Hi, my name is Janine and I'm from Canada. My name is Janine Pellet and I am from Canada. Well, I'm a college student, so one of the hardest parts about the coronavirus has been adapting to online learning. I'm also a college volleyball player, so I've been really relying on our postseason practices and workouts to keep me in shape. And well, all those have been cancelled, so I've been having to try and force myself to work out at home on my own. So yeah, my life has been online classes, trying to force myself to work out, and so many crib games with my mom. Well, I'm a college student, so one of the hardest parts about the coronavirus has been adapting to online learning. I'm also a college volleyball player and I was really relying on postseason practices and workouts to keep me in shape. And now that all the gyms are closed, I've been trying to force myself to work out at home to stay on top of things, but it's been a challenge. My family's pantry doesn't really look any different than it did before. We're not people that stock up. We're kind of just hoping things work out. The coronavirus isn't super bad in Canada yet, so, well, crossing our fingers. My go-to quarantine meal is definitely our family's buns, because we've had so much extra time. Me and my mom have been baking these buns that have been passed down through our family, and they are the best buns you will ever eat. I have consumed so much bread. My brother is an avid hunter, so during this coronavirus stuff, because meat's kind of hard to buy, we've been eating a lot of deer sausage and deer stuff, but it's kind of cool. My family's pantry hasn't changed much since the outbreak. My parents aren't ones for panic buying or stocking up on things, so not much there has changed. But one thing that is different is that my family has been using a lot of deer meat, deer sausage, stuff like that. My brother's an avid hunter and we have a lot of it sitting in our freezer, and because meat is one of those things that people are panic buying and it's harder to get on a day-to-day basis, we've just been tying into all of our stocked up deer meat. My favorite quarantine meal would have to be my family's buns. Because of all the extra time we have, me and my mom have been baking them a lot and they are so good. Best buns you will ever eat. I have consumed so much bread.
Really hot. Mason.
We're gonna try something different. Longer than 1,000 square miles.
Thankfully, the coronavirus isn't super bad in Canada yet, so none of the grocery stores have had to shut down or anything. Although our health organizations are recommending that only one person from each family do the grocery shopping, and you try to go once a week, so me and my family have been doing that. As for lots of places, it's impossible to get toilet paper, and then other things that are, kind of slim is like meat and frozen food. But overall, me and my family eat a lot of produce anyway, so it hasn't affected us too much. Luckily, the outbreak in Canada isn't too bad, so our grocery stores haven't closed on us, but they have put some precautions in place. They have a maximum occupancy as well as security guards and people directing traffic all over the place so no one gets too close to each other. And then our health organizations also suggest that only one person per family do the grocery shopping and that you try to only go once a week. So we have been trying to follow all those guidelines, but it's definitely different. Welcome to the Real Canadian Superstore. Well, I haven't been to the grocery store since the outbreak came to Canada, and I have never felt like it was a crime to go to the grocery store, but that was absolutely terrifying. I hated that. The dirty looks I got. Yeah, no. All I really have to say about Donald Trump is I am so sorry to all you Americans. Oof. Donald Trump. All I really have to say is I am so sorry to all you Americans. Oof. My personal favorite insult that's specific to Canada is keener. It means to be very eager, like a real go-getter. So if someone's kind of being a goody two-shoes or is trying super hard, you might say that they're a keener. Another popular Canadian insult is hoser. It's basically the Canadian version of dumbass, or just someone who's kind of stupid, foolish, and just doesn't really know what they're doing. My favorite Canadian insult is definitely keener. It basically means someone who's super eager or a real go-getter. So if someone's being, you know, a goody two-shoes or is trying way too hard, you might say they're a keener. A Canadian insult that I personally don't use a lot, but that you will definitely hear if you ever come to Canada, is hoser. It is the Canadian version of loser or idiot, and yeah, even though I don't use it much, definitely a good insult.